Okay, so if you guys remember, a little while ago, about almost last year, yeah, somewhere last year, it was announced that Sony Entertainment, with the guys behind the Lego Movie and 21 Jump Street, would be doing a Spider-Man animated film. And a lot of us thought, oh, Spider-Man's getting an animated film along with live action. Okay, that's cool. But today, it was announced by Sony that the animated film will not focus on Peter Parker, but instead on Miles Morales. Um, Let me get this out of the way first. I really like this. I really like that this is going to focus on Miles Morales. I think it's cool that this is actually a smart idea. The live action film, Peter Parker can have the live action films. He can interact with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He can do all that. Um, while you can do, I think that's actually kind of smart. You can have two different Spider-Man and have them in two different genres, in live action and the other one in animation. I think that's cool, and maybe eventually you can have Miles Morales show up in the, well, I don't know if I'd want him in the MCU, because it would just get a little confusing. But that's a whole other story. I know a lot of people wanted Miles Morales instead. But I think this is cool. That way, Miles can have his own thing. He can have his own Marvel animated universe to himself without being dragged down dragged into the rest of the MCU. So I think that's really cool. Now here's the problem, and this is not so much with comic book, with people who read the comics. It's the general audience. That's where I think where the big problem is that it's a general audience. A lot of people, I guarantee you, next year or sometime later this year, we get a teaser or something for the Miles Morales movie. Someone's I guarantee you, like 80% of the comments are going to go, "Why is Spider-Man black?" I guarantee you that is going to be the general consensus of a lot of the comments in the trailer, because while Miles is a very well-known character, and he's he's quickly become a beloved character throughout the Marvel comics. The problem is that not everyone reads Marvel comics. And remember when, the news broke that Peter Parker died and Miles Morales would take over? You remember that shitstorm? Yeah, I remember it. I lived through it. Anyway, so that's the biggest hurdle for this film right out the gate, is that no one's going to understand that this is a different Spider-Man. And people are going to be like, wait, Spider-Man died? What's going on here? And who's this kid? Why is he wearing a black and red costume? Isn't it supposed to be blue and red? What's going on? Harumph, harumph, harumph. I don't know why. I always want to break out the harumph whenever I can. Gotta break out that harumph sometimes. So, anyway, and I understand, yeah, Miles has gotten a little more popular. He's shown up in Web Warriors, he's shown up at several other places, but he's not, not everyone knows who Miles Morales is. It's not like everyone knows Spider-Man is Peter Parker. That's synonymous. The problem is that, Miles is still generally outside of the occasional Spider-Man when the news went, Spider-Man died in this alternate universe story, and this kid took over. Yeah. So that's the problem. Am I excited for a Miles Morales movie? Yes. Am I worried about it? Oh yeah. Now here's the other thing with this film, is that how is this going to work? Is it going to be in its own universe, or is it going to be like the first Ultimate Marvel Universe movie? Is it going to be set in the Ultimate Universe, like smack dab in there? And if that's the case, that's going to even be more confusing, because the Ultimate Universe isn't exactly kid-friendly. I mean, it's probably going to be kid-friendly, but the Ultimate Universe is vastly different from the Marvel Universe. And I understand, yeah, the Marvel Cinematic Universe takes bits and pieces of the Ultimate Universe and 616 and kind of combines them together in the MCU, and obviously, yeah, they're doing that in the comics, I understand that, but yeah, this is going to be, if that's true, then if they go the Ultimate route, then it's going to be straight up Ultimate, and people are going to be like, why is Hulk eating people? Or, what's another thing that Ultimate Universe did? Why is the Venom symbiote a cancer suit? Stuff like that. So yeah, I'm wondering what universe is this going to take place in? And is Peter, here's the other big question right now. Is Peter Parker going to be alive in this universe? Or is it going to be like Peter Parker is dead, he's gone, he died fighting Sinister Six? or Osborn. They could change it around and say that this was he died battling the Green Goblin one last time. You could do that instead of, but you could have it as either the Sinister Six or not Hobgoblin, Green Goblin or something like that. And now it follows Miles Morales, or is Peter going to be in this universe and Miles is following close behind? That's the big question here. Don't get me wrong, this is really cool, it's just that I'm kind of worried about it, I'm I'm very concerned about this movie. Because, yeah, I think a lot of us have wanted a Miles Morales movie, but I think a lot of us tend to forget, oh yeah, not everyone knows about Miles. So there's going to be a lot of questions. But yeah, but I do like the idea. I do love that, the guys behind the Lego Movie. I'm forgetting their names, but yeah, they've done. They're also going to do the Han Solo movie. So yeah, they've got a pretty solid track record. I put total faith in this. Sony Animation, yeah, but I'm giving it more to, to those two more than Sony Animation. And who knows? And like I said, this could be a really cool way to do. Miles can have his own series of films that aren't really impeded by what goes on in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He can do his own thing, and you can have Peter Parker, hanging out with Iron Man and Hulk and all of them, and fighting Thanos and all that shit. And yeah, that way, he can have, Miles can have the corner on the animation market, and you can have Peter in the live action market. That's a cool way, rather than just have Peter Parker all over the place in animation and in and in live action, rather than do both sets, because now you have a Spider-Man family. You can market other places. You can use the market for other places. Now it makes me wonder, so how long until Spider-Gwen shows up? That's my thought. And here I am thinking, when's Kane gonna get a movie? That's my thought, is like, when Kane gets a movie as Scarlet Spider, then I will be extremely happy. Because admit it, there are a lot of Kane fans out there, aren't we? There's a lot of fans of Kane out there, so yeah, I'm just kind of wondering, when Kane gets a movie, whether it be live action or animated, then I will be very happy. As Scarlet Spider, but then you'd have to do the Clone Saga. I don't know. If I had to weather through a Clone Saga story, I mean, yeah, so the Civil War movie was a lot better than the, and it fixed some things in the Civil War comics. So maybe if you do Clone Saga, whether it be animated form or live action, maybe you could fix some things in there. I know it's nigh impossible to fix Clone Saga. Even that 8-part story tried to fix it, and it didn't do any. It did dick all. But who knows? With the wonder of movies. Anyway, so all in all, like I said, I am super excited to see Miles get a full-length animated film for the big screen, and it's about time. It's about time he got a film. But at the same time, I'm like, ooh, I hope this works. Yeah. But again, this would be a cool way to bring in the ultimate versions of the Spider-Man villains. I'd love to see Ultimate Mysterio or Ultimate Green Goblin. That'd be a lot of fun to see in the films. Anyway, so you guys tell me, what do you guys think of all this? Just comment below, let me know. Once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.